Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? What's going on with your boy, Professor Pippage? Back in this be on I Trade Asian, trying to get added, trying to get live. We got the news popping off. Ooh, we looking at AU right now. Kind of had an okay week so far. Looking at news. Looking at AU. We know news popped off at 8:30. I know I just kind of came in here wild, kind of already jumping to the analysis, but yeah, you know how I get down, you know how I do. So we just gonna see what price action lead us into today. Coming from the weekend analysis, we're basically looking to see how price action reacted once it came back into this hourly structure from where price action ended last week. Tried to take buys last year. Looked like it wanted to get up and go. Had an entry up here, had an entry down here. Ended up closing it all, or close one in profit, like kind of break even. Ended up letting this one run. Got tagged out right over here. Initially stops were below this 4 hour low, but once I saw this, all this type of price action going on right here, ended up trailing. No, I ended up trailing once we started to push and break above. I don't think I was around for this London open candle. So once we started to push up here, trailed the stops, and then when I came back the next morning, I got trailed out. But oh, buddy, oh boy, yesterday was able to capture several positions right up in here. And then this morning, I was looking for this trade, but when I came to the charts, especially when you go to the 15-minute, price action was doing this. I was looking probably around London close. So where we at? Egg. Yeah, price action was like right up in here somewhere. And for me, when I was looking at it, it was still proven to be bearish. So even seeing these candle closures here, wasn't around, I don't think, for all this. But ultimately, I only pushed up a good 10 pips. So didn't really miss out too much on that. But ultimately, seeing price action being bullish on the lower time frames, all the way to about the hourly. The hourly is bullish. The 4 hours is bearish. Look at price. Yeah, 4 hour bearish. Breaking structure here. Now somewhat retracing. Oh, hold up. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. But yeah, go ahead and blank that thing. 4 hourly structure came down, broke right over here. Kind of have somewhat of a 4 hour order block right up in here. Price action grabs here, comes down, continue to break that structure. Full 4 hourly range from here to here. Got the retracement. Price action has come back into this area now. What I want to see is if this is going to continue to go bearish, we need to come down and close below 66,684. With the news that just popped off, I don't know if it's going to continue from right here because as I had it analyzed, I was looking for it to come a little bit higher before dropping off and then breaking structures of where price action just came from. So ultimately, we bullish right now. News did break out 5 minutes ago, and this is the structure I need for price action to close below to be considered bearish. Come close below retest and potentially looking for sales from right up in this area, back down in here. But I am not so much looking for that setup. Hold on one second. What I am looking for though, already kind of got some positions set up, ready, and waiting to pounce in. Uh, I think my first entry, something like this, and we'll kind of explain what I'm looking for. Back up in here, and then here's like somewhere over here. I got the next entry. I got two positions right now lined up. So essentially, that's what I'm looking for. I do have these set up as buy limits. So um yeah, if this level breaks, it all depends on how price action comes down for me. First, looking for price action to push back into the structure most recently broken. So you have resistance here, push down, create a new low. Price action chopped around, came back, retested that area, came down. Didn't necessarily break any structure where price action came from. We came and closed above, and now we're rolling over bullish. So like I was saying with the analysis of if price action closes below this level, then I'm kind of expecting some continuation shorts. So I'm a little bit shaky on this second entry. Um, this first entry, hopefully we can see if it develops. Then the Asian, yeah, I think we're gonna see, baby. Yeah, this is wrong. It's like stepping for the train. So we might want to wait and see if this rollovers 15 minute. What I don't want to do is have it stop right here. Price action just wick right below this level, and then take back off. Then I'm gonna be upset. That's kind of where I got the idea for this entry here, back into that Asian high that never got retested from last night. Pretty much where we got the entry from last night. Continuations above that Asian high, and then we got busy. Do see a lot of resting liquidity right below this level. So it's like a big pool of it just building up right up in there, including all this too. But this is most during this week prevalent liquidity pools and right up under there. So I definitely could see, and it also price action could continue and go bearish from here. There's nothing to say that we haven't pulled back far enough for this to be objective is where the low bullish price action was trying to reach, tapped into it with the news and just leaked to the downside. So, I mean, that could be as well. But right now, current trend is bullish. So I'm looking for the bad, looking for the longs, pop over and see what that thing look like. Refresh. Refresh button. Previous forecast actual. So it's less. Greater than forecast is good for the company. It's good for the currency. It's less than forecast. So the we're gonna see. But price action is finally doing that retracement we were looking for this morning. Um, all throughout the New York session. Finally came to the Asian session. Pump fake the low, pump fake the high, then it broke the low. So if I see any type of retracement, price action just kind of pulls back to here and then starts to leak again, then yeah, we might have to go back to the drawing board as far as these entries. But overall, I am expecting us to push back bullish. So we gonna see. This candle is just enormous. So that's why I say we're gonna see. That bitch just could keep pushing and do what it want to do. We looking to see. Overall hard time breaking down. Mm, we could be, you know, considered bullish here for the moment, but once we finally pull back to where our section, broke from, it rolled over back bearish and it broke structure of where price action just came from. So I don't know even because if this truly right here is an order block on 4 hour, then yeah, this is a leak. It should leak, but I think we might push up one more time. It's showing like it's ready to leak. I'm hoping for a push up one more time. We're gonna see. Just a little bit more. See, this I wanted to come down and tap into that level and leave me a little bit of wick, but it's already starting. What's phone thing? Yeah, I hear, but I don't know where it's at. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna come get me. Ooh, look, no, no, man, all in the bank. I don't think this is gonna come get me. So if it fails to continue to come down, second option for entering. What if you wait on here? Yeah, close above here. At this point, I feel like let me get rid of this. It broke there. Continuation buys structure most recently broken. With the possible buys above. As we came down here, we didn't tap completely into this level, so kind of expected this to short off once the news hit. Definitely getting this liquidity from this level that pushed up that. I guess if you say this was a break of the high, but it broke to the lows first before breaking the high, so that liquidity is sitting there on the 1 minute time frame, and we ultimately just looking. Well, I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna come back down, smack me in, or we're just gonna take back off. And then perspective, idea, psychology as to once we, if we do get back up into this level, do this little dance how I like to do. Weak entries from right up in here. See price action potentially continue to the bearish or to the downside. So overall, got a lot of hopes and dreams right now. No real nothings because raw, raw, cool little 20 pips. So right now it's back to a waiting game on the 8th for the youth. Gonna bump back out to that early. Need some of this extra. Let's see if they can wait. I know that UJ was only probably UJ is probably the only other thing I wanted to trade this week. I thought we was gonna come down and respect this area where we found support from previously. But yeah, we're gonna have to see now because overall the I guess you could say that structure is broken. Get rid of this. It was a retest level. So ultimately looking to see if we going to continue bullish back into for our resistance. Real simple. Closing above, and some of them things back to the top side. I'll probably pull out early somewhere right up in there, but if you're a real G, hold through all that. And you're looking about 100 something back to the top side. Otherwise, this shit could go back bearish, but what I do notice is as price came up here, pull back, came back down. We didn't break this low. So we definitely could, scoot on up through that thing. So we're gonna see how price action reacts. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, so we got Wednesday. If we get above this area by like Wednesday or so, closing above and give a nice little pullback slight and might get up out of there for some buys. Look for that on Wednesday morning. I don't think USD has any news coming up. I don't think USD has any crazy news coming up. As let me see. Uh, yeah, Euro GDP unemployment claims on Thursday. So potentially we could see some wildness, but yeah, by Wednesday could have been a came back up and retouched this area, and then by them unemployment claims, you know, they ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? The economy ain't booming and busting. You could see it leak back to the downside if they are good. The economy is booming and busting, and we could potentially just break right back on up that way, continue bullishly and retest that daily supply area that kicked us to the lows in the first place. GU was kind of funky. Let's see how we looking for the weekend analysis. The daily was bearish, 4H was bullish, 1H was bullish, 15-minute was bearish. We can price action open here. This is the hourly, so we're bear. Oh, so we're talking about this here. Okay. Yeah. Ultimately came back into that 1 hour resistance, broke back through, came back and got a retest. So if you was watching GU my London session this morning, yeah, this would have been a nice little trade, little break and retest of that 1 hour structure and got up out of there. 50 of them things too. Come back and test them into them highs. Ultimately, I do think G users is going to continue to go bullish, retesting this daily supply right up here at the top. So I would probably wait for some type of corrective move back to the top side, seeing how choppy all this price action is. It's not really an impulsive move that says, "Oh yeah, we really want to go big bully." So, yeah, I would see if there's any potential for any retracements. And we broke and closed above the high, so definitely looking for a retracement somewhere, probably about that 123, 180. I'll look there first, see how price action sets up once it taps into that area, and then see if it rolls over like on a 15 bullishly and see if you can get up in that thing. GJ, yeah, opened up big bullish, retested that 1 hour resistance. We're looking for a new weekly low or high, which could develop on the hourly. So right now, as it stands, we opened up pretty bullish to the top side, came in, retested resistance. And as it started to come back down, we did not break structure looking left. So this potentially gonna keep going bully, my friends. See what we look like to the top side. That range hit full. I mean, at least to the bottom of the zone. We got 107 of them things. That J take profits get some of that. Oh, this GJ, he like you. So then y'all watching this. So Jay, I show him how to get them profits, baby. J take profits. Used to watch them boy way back in the day. You get on. Oh man, I was so salty about this trade, bro. I missed this trade. Uh, see, got it before. I don't know if I drew the trade in on it before. No, we didn't. But what I was looking for was price action to close back below this little blue line right here. And we was gonna get active back to the downside. And yeah, I did throw in the paper trade afterwards, but after we closed with that blue line, oh yeah, break and retest and continuation. Targeting that I think this is 1 hour support. So then if we break this 1 hour support, then looking for continuation sales all the way back into this 4 hour support area here. Yo, where do we come from? We reacted from a daily order block, looked like, and broke structure. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens when we get to this 1 hour support. Would definitely be interested to see if we break through because coming back from demand looking left, pushed up, kind of broke structure where price actually came from bearishly. So kind of flip flop the trend, pulled all the way back down, didn't break the active low, and then reacted to the top side and broke the high. So I would like to see this continue to the top side. Come back down in here, fizzle around, do a little robot dance, and then get back up out of there to the top side. That's what I'll be looking for. But you can't always forget about the other side. If it breaks through, you gotta know what you're looking for. Retest of this area after it closes below. I don't care which level it bounces off at that point because we are breaking structure on the higher time frames. So come down, close below, retest this area, do a little funky noodle chicken dance, and then potentially catch the continuation shorts back into that 4 hour supply. That is you. Yeah, should be sticking to you like lab tech. Okay, bro. Okay, pull the you real quick, see what I had in here. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna come back and get me, bro. Especially if it closes back above here. I don't think it's gonna come back and get me. Or it might just continue bearish and just bust right through my damn stop loss. We going. See. So that was UK. Then we push over to gold right quick. Then we analyze gold. Yeah, we did. Okay. All right. So daily was bullish, forex was bullish, 15-minute was bullish, or hourly was bullish, 15-minute was bearish. Could be waiting for a higher time frame retracement. Price action breaks 1 hour structure to the downside, looking for 4 hour retracement. So we got a 15-minute level right up here. Price action open, immediately swap right through that level. So it still be looked at as like a break and retest of this area, but it did close back in the range. High to the low in the that range. Close back in there. So if and this is on the hourly chart too. So if we're looking at gold to continue to go bearish, um, I continue to go bearish. This is bullish. Yeah, this is bullish. Continue to go bearish. You have to start closing back below here. Otherwise, because you got a high low, higher high formation already, so you should be waiting for a new higher low, and then see if we can push back over bullish. But mm, um, for more or solid confirmations, we will definitely have to break out of this hourly range first, from here to here. Uh, to be able to, for me to be able to confidently say we're gonna have continuation buys. Break out of this area first, this range first, retest, get up out of there. Or if we're going to the downside, come down, leak, grab all this, pull back, break through this level. We potentially catch the retracement trade right here. So right now it's in the middle of the range. Right now is where you get clapped if you ain't patient. So yeah, you sit back and wait. Next London session. So this level is now inefficient. Inefficient may ring. We got that weekly low we created, so potentially could be going to create that weekly high, retesting the highs. I need to see price action close above this blue line here to be confident in the rolling over of buys. Well, yeah. I mean, I would take buys from down here, but confidence would the confirmation for me um, would be solid above this blue line. You're looking at 1990 for continuation buys. Target don't have no targets made for so get you a 1-3, 1-1. I'll usually go by the pip count. You get busy how you get busy. Bro. Pull back. All right, so price closed above 66,997. I'm getting in for the buys. Back up to 67,278. I'm hopping in. I'm hopping in. I'm hopping in. And if it don't break the blue line, then I'm waiting for this to get hit. I'll be right back. Don't take it down lightly. I don't got much nothing. I can't believe I didn't take this trade. I actually watched it. I think I was watching it. I started tuning into it. Yeah, like right somewhere over here. Still was bearish in my eyes, so I just walked away from it. There, skyrocketed. To the top side, to the top side. I missed over here. To the top side. All right, well, I don't know how much more analysis than this is I can be giving out because I mean, right now we're just waiting, bro. We're just waiting, bro. Wait a minute. Rejecting. Retested the area we want to see retested. To the top side. To the top side. Oh, damn. I should have been in. That would have been a cool little entry right there. Post above this high. To the top side. Oh man, you get wicked in, bro. That's raggedy, cuz. A little caution with this setup, even though I know we bullish on the hourly. That pullback. Sometimes price action might come down to close off that wick if you're looking at it from an hourly perspective. So might not get the best entry as we close above that blue line, but I like that entry if we close above that blue line. I would like price action to come back down and tap me in. I'd like it to give me my sniper. Let me get my sniper out. Roberto Ramos. Sniper out. Yeah. I'll put a little bit of position there when we close above here, right here. Or you know, we take that. We gotta close the ball first. You know, chart, bro. Like, look, can it close. See how it close. Come on. Strong bullish. It's too much pull back. I'm still about to get in though. To the top side. It closed yesterday. Oh, no top. Still probably know. Either way, I'm in there off of that. We going to see. It still might pull back again though. Just look at it from the hourly. That big ass wick. Price action likes to come back and close off those wicks sometimes. So if it does, I won't panic. I won't get nervous. Probably add on some more positions down there, depending on how it gets down. And now, if this candle just opens and just leaks, yeah, still gonna leave this position here on. Looking for just a little bit more retracement, but they might take off from here. Only looking to target at 67 278. that high time frame supply area. Let's see what happened there. And also kind of look and see how that lined up with the it was snatchy. We pull back to that 50%. So price action retrace 50% of this hourly range from this hourly support right up to this hourly high. Pull back to the 50%. So now what we need to see if this movement here where price action is pushing bullish, if this does not close above this high, then it's wrap on these buys because it's going to come back down. It might retest at 70% and then close above, but if this push here does not close above these highs, whatever time frame you look at it on, 15 minute, 30 minute, the 1 hour, it has to close above. If we're trying to say that the 50% is going to give us the gas to go to the top side. So if we get any bearish prints, 15-minute chart, down to about 15-minute chart, 5, 2. So yeah, this move got to go back and close by the high. Otherwise, we come back down. And I say that even though I did just take a buy position right here. But yeah, we gonna see. Miss Kimmy, what's going on with you?
Nothing. I kind of had the same idea of price going back up there, but I haven't seen an entry yet to get in. It just kind of kept going. I was waiting for it to retrace back so I could get in. But, um,
What were you looking for to come? How far you thought it was gonna come down to?
uh, well, I marked up the right zone. It came into it came into the area with back up, but I was waiting for it to create a demand, go up, and then come back and hit the demand before I got in.
Yeah, I like to do that sometimes too, but sometimes, sometimes that works out perfectly 100% every time, and then sometimes it don't. Sometimes price action just take off on your ass, like right here last
Yeah.
night. You know what I'm saying? It just pushed up. I kind of wanted to wait for a retracement, but when I saw it break the high right over here, so he popped down to the minute. Um, just kind of looking at this, how you say you like to see price action take off. I kind of look at it the same way. So this is what kind of the agent session open 6 o'clock candle. We pushed up, closing above structure, looking left. All this bearish price action, we pushed up. We came back down, but we didn't necessarily retest all the way deep back into the demand. If you consider this a starting point of the move, or from way back down here, we didn't come back and retest either one of those areas. So price action just continued to go bullish, and then once it broke the high right over here for me, that's when I was in, and just was retargeting that 1 hour structural high. But sometimes it will come back for you, like this one right over here. This is why I got in on Sunday night, because I watched price action come down and then push back up. And once it started coming back, once it came back down bearish and it started back rolling over bullish, I was in probably somewhere like right up in here. I had like 3 positions on this trade. I had this one that's sitting here. I had one from down here. As price action came back and retested this area right down here. So I had entry from down here. I ended up closing most of them once they pushed back into profits over here. But I left this one running and they got tagged out right over here. But had I left my original stops, which was up under this low, then potentially I would have been in all that trade. I couldn't tell you that I would have held it that high, especially from that entry and especially running into that drawdown. So, it just be one of those things where you have to know, potentially price action could break out and come all the way back and um, retest where area where the move initiated from. And then sometimes like right over here, it'll break out and then it won't retest. It just take off on you. So this trade idea is what I was looking for over here, but it was in the reverse. So either way, yeah, you just have to be mentally prepared and ready for either scenario, and then however it plays out, it's how it plays out. So, like I said, I was looking for price action to close above this blue line, and I knew there was a potential for it to pull back. So, um, we gonna see. Now, this goes on the flip side and say if price action closed below this blue line, then potentially we could see a deeper retracement, and then potentially my other entry from right over here could get activated. So we're gonna see what had happened here. Right now I got one position open, and then I got two more orders waiting to get in. That's if this is gonna continue to go bullish. It could go bad. I could be completely wrong and get smacked out, but I didn't put a stop in it yet on this trade, but potentially that's how I'll start like a idea. Ratio is not fire, but it's the price action that I got to use that I choose to use from 7 to 11, and this is what I think is about to happen. We got to see what's about to happen. So yeah, but ultimately for this trade right here, if we start to break below this low, I don't know how I'll play the stop. Stops would be a little tricky, a little tricky because I want this entry to get hit, and there wouldn't be a need for me to trail the stops on this trade if I want this trade to get hit. So it all depends on how price action develops right here. Is how I play the stops on this, kind of impulse entry right over here. But outside of that, these other two possible scenarios. We zoom out a little bit. I like zooming in so much. But yeah, like I said, that wick, you see this a lot. Price action comes down to fill off, close off that wick.
But you're expecting price to go back up to that 1 hour supply?
I'm looking for it to come back all the way up to here, all the way back into the supply zone, supply area. Because what happened was, as price action was bullish right here, we're pushing up here, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, but it uh, pushed up one more time, failed to break the high. And then once it started coming back into demands of where price action was high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, we came up and broke through. So the area where we broke through to where we pushed back higher as a bullish, that is my supply zone for this is off the 1 hour chart. So price action didn't necessarily retest this area just yet. You got all this bearish price action right here, and it produced internal liquidity right here with these equal highs. So I would love for price action to pull back into that supply, and then continue to go bearish from there. But sometimes you don't always get what you set up for. That's what I'm looking for. Take a short from up there, coming back into supply where it leaked from originally, like last week sometime. 2 weeks ago, my bad, 2 weeks ago. Or yeah, last week. I'm tripping. This is a week over for this week. So yeah, where it came from last week. But we're gonna see. Right now it's a waiting game. I believe I got cooked on this first trade. I was kind of upset about that. Because the news gonna go bullish. I just didn't want
Too,
to
I was waiting. I was waiting to enter the trade
say again.
bullish. I said I was waiting to enter on AU bullish, but then that happened. The news just
What are you talking about? Backing over here?
the 8:30 news that hit today.
Oh, tonight. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it leaked.
yeah.
It definitely leaked. And that's what I was trying to point out on the Telegram pictures. I wasn't at my computer, so I had to drop the phone, but this is that area I was looking for to retest, which is that same area we're looking at now, right down here. Um, what is this? It's the 1 hour. So yeah, we're looking for that retracement to come back down here. That's what I was hoping that news was going to do, was drive right back into this area, and then it was going to take buys right back into this area. Damn it right now. It's all these damn diagrams on here. You did. Let's see. Yeah, I think UJ is about to fly to the top side. Might get another retracement, but I'll keep eyes on this. I would like buys. The stops would be tricky because price action is still pushing. So it all depends on if this pushes above. If it retraces, then I would put the stops to pretty much where it retraced to, and then be targeting right up there. So initially, without having that setup already in place, stops will have to go there. 131 pips. No, sir. I would not take that trade. What, you got a 106 pip target. So stops would definitely be tricky. Go back. We'll bump out to the hourly, see how it look. Yeah, hell yeah. Ratio on that would be all the way screwed. But yeah, I definitely think this is going to continue to go back bullish. This is kind of like that scenario we were just talking about. If it retraces, it's going to come all the way back down to, demand that created to give it that push up to the top, or is it only going to come back down, probably back to the 382 before pushing back up? So, yeah, I would definitely like to take UJ. Ooh. All right, GU, nothing. Yeah, got that 107 pip range from right here. Looking to the top side. So these pretty much mean the JPY is pretty weak right now because GBP, JPY, and UJ pushing bullish. UCAD.
UJ UJ just got into a 1 hour supply that I marked.
Which one?
UJ.
UJ is just pushing to a 1 hour supply. Yeah, it is. Isn't it a 1 hour resist? Yeah, you can say yeah, supply resistance. Yeah, same thing.
I was looking for sales, but again,
I for me,
mhm,
I probably wouldn't be looking for sales right here because price action is bearish right here, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. But
mhm,
as you look at price action pulling back, we already closed above this high right here. So what we need to be looking for is if we're going to continue to go bearish, and so this close above this high right here is a strike number one. Strike number two is price action came back down and didn't break the next low. So that's
okay,
strike number two. And then you already are coming back up bullish back into the
mhm,
zone that didn't break structure to the downside. This is probably going to continue to go bullish and be right up in there.
okay,
It
all
might, it might pull back right here because we are pushing into supply, like you said. So you might get a little retracement, but ultimately, I think it's going to end up right up in there. You just got to be cautious of where that pullback is going to come back to. But yeah, if this, because of this close above right here, because the price action closing above, as soon as I would have seen that, oh yeah, we're going back bullish. So I'm looking for any type of retracement to hold up at structure, higher highs and higher lows at structure, and then definitely looking for a rollover take buys. Yeah, that's the first thing. So if this would have been like a little bit lower and closed down here, when it had this double top right up here, I probably would have agreed with you and said, yeah, if price action comes back to here, I'm looking for shorts. I'm gonna take the
okay,
market down. But yeah, since it closed above just that little standout thing, that's on the 15 minute. You can see it a little bit better on the hourly. You open
mhm,
it up because you're correct about the supply. The resistance came back, closed above right there, pulled back, didn't break structure here or there. Yeah, I want to take those buys back all the way back up to here. Probably 132, 420. UCAT though, I missed out on this trade right here. Um, Messing around with AU. I didn't follow it and that been leaking. Not really any drawdown right here. Probably got wicked in, pulled back for a couple pips, and then off to the races. Yeah, this is the kind of frustrating part when you have analysis and then you don't follow back up on them, and it should take off like that. We're gonna see. And you don't like it's about to do nothing but continue to go bearish. You gonna see.
you're in a buy right now with
Yeah, I
AU.
got in from right here, this blue line. So 66, 940.
Oh, okay,
I took a buy right here. I got a buy sitting right here, and then I got another buy position sitting right here. Um,
okay,
if price action came all the way down here and broke this support, I would probably immediately take this one off the table. Just because I want to see it roll over first, because breaking through structure for me is a no-no. So if it just
mm,
swooped through there, then it's probably just gonna keep swooping, come down and get all this liquidity. I would expect that type of move from like a London session or a New York session. You typically don't see those type of moves during the Asian session. So yeah, if I'm expecting this type of price action right here in the red to play out London Open, and then London Open pushes down, and then go into New York Open, retrace, and then continue to go down, so on and so forth. But Yeah, I took a buy right up in here, 66,938, and I got in because we looked like we were starting to shift the structure back bullish on the 1 minute.
Yeah,
So
that's what it looked like to me.
you
The
got the
5 minute
leakage.
too.
Yeah, you got the leakage from the hourly, lower high, lower low. Came back. The original, like I said, the original line was there, closed above. Just like you said on that UJ, same thought process here. On the 1 minute, same thing I saw on the hourly. We closed above here, so any pullback that I held up at structure, I'm looking to buy off of that. Same thing. It's just on the UJ is coming from the hourly time frame that you see that type of setup. Right over here, close above, right over here, pull back against structure, looking to buy. Yeah, same thing, AU on the 1 minute, same setup. We're gonna see if this gonna hold up. Right now, it's looking a little shaky.
Yeah.
Right now, it's looking a little shaky. I got it from up here. $66,999. I got it from right up here. But I use dynamic risk on this one because I got full risk right over here and potentially full risk right down here. So definitely chopped up the lot size right here, just because it's not the ideal entry. It's just an entry that I was getting in based off of what the price action was showing. So um, not really so worried about the stops on this one. Like I said, they're pretty much open right now. I do have a stops in on this setup right here though. So this can pull back down and wick this entry in right over here, and then looking at X back to the top side. Oh man,
How long do you normally in trade during Asian session?
7 to 11.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't sit at the charts that whole time. For the most part, I come in and get everything marked up, and then like
Mhm.
by 6 o'clock, I want to have everything lined out. By 7 o'clock, I'll look back. By 7:30, I'll look again. By 8, I'm starting to come up with potential. This is about to happen. That's about to happen. And by 8:15, 8:30 is where I like to enter, just because that's when the market usually takes off every night. That 8 o'clock candle right here was 8:30 candle. We got yesterday. Yesterday it was 8:32 on the 1 minute, 8:30 by 8:30 candle, 8:32 on the 1 minute. Then back in over here, we got cracking about 7:30. Yeah, about 7:30 on Sunday. So usually about that 8 o'clock, 8:15 candle. I usually have my bias and direction, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this because this trade make me nervous. So I'm gonna just hold on to this one, and then we'll see if this one get wicked in. Yeah, just running like that. And then tomorrow, uh, if we're not pushing bearish, then bullish scenarios is see, it'll probably just chop around right up in here, running back into that consolidation. 4 hour high break. Yeah, it might just consolidate at the top side right there for the rest of the week. So I don't think there is any more AUD news. That's USD, Friday PCE price index. So yeah, it might catch a little trend here or there. Overall, right now, just waiting. Music. You taking any trades so far this week?
Not just paper. Well, not just demo trades
I got you.
until I feel more confident. I'm just not where I want to be. So
Yeah.
until then.
Them demo trades will get you where you want to be. I mean, a lot of people will say the same emotion is not into the trade as when you trade demo, but I mean, I would agree with that. But as far as getting your strategy down, yeah, you want to do that on demo first. Learn how to get in, how to get out. When you see signs that tell you, hey, you should get out of this trade, or hey, you should take that trade, you figure that shit out on demo. So that way, when you get into your live account, your fingers, your mind is just be ready to go ahead. Oh, I see that look bad. Let me go ahead and get out. Or oh, I see this opportunity like this one I saw this morning. Let me go ahead and hop in. But like I said, when I watched it, when I was looking at it like right up in here, I just
Mm,
wasn't feeling it. It just didn't look like it was really gonna take off and kick for some more pips again. So I walked away from it. When I came back, it was way up there. So yeah, figure everything out. Try like like I said, when I first got into trading, I researched everything. All these buttons over here, all these, I just went through, drug everything out, took the name and researched everything. And I watched a lot of different people.
mhm,
I figured out what Elliott wave was, head and shoulders, triangle pattern, ABC. I went through all that shit
mm.
because I didn't have a clue of what trading was. I came in through IML, and them boys ain't teach you nothing. So I
Yeah, I
had to
heard
figure
about
out,
them.
yeah, I had to figure out what I didn't know. And then I just went from there. And then once I, tuned into a couple more experienced traders, and I kind of, because the thing that it built for me, going through all that shit over there and just watching so many different people, it helped me to identify structure. And
Mm,
that was the first thing that I figured out. So once I was able to identify structure, I was good and golden. What I didn't know how to do was identify where the liquidity zones was. I didn't know exactly where liquidity was resting in the market. I didn't know how to identify it properly. So I was constantly missing it. And, once I started, like I said, watching some more experienced traders and was, keying in on what they were doing, they wasn't necessarily trading at you, but when they would identify areas on their charts, I would go back and look from because I knew how to identify structure. I would go back and look at my charts and then look at the structure and then see how the candle formation was. So I was like, oh, okay, I see why he did that. And then I came back and started doing it on my charts even more. And now I just can see this when it takes off. The hard part is like this on Sunday. This is hard. Um, I had, like I said, I had three positions open. I was back and forth, get in, get out, get in, get out. So um, yeah, but when it's trending like this, yeah,
mhm.
that's easy work right there. Especially when you have your key signs, like when you set up your rules to say, okay, if price action was bearish here and we close above hourly structure for me, that's my rules. We close above here, close above that high. I'm looking
So
for a
it doesn't
retracement.
matter. Like that's not really a significant close above. The does it
Hell
not matter?
no, not for me. Because
Okay.
if you think about it, if price action was going to continue to go bearish from here, it wouldn't push above this area right here.
Mhm.
So let me find you. I'm gonna zoom out. Find you a example. All right, cool. So we're looking at this right here, right? Price action is bullish. We got, or it's bearish up until this point. But right here, it rolls over bullish. We close above that high right there. We pull back. We did not break the low. So next thing we do, go and create a new high. Now you got some crazy ass news that popped off right here, and you can tell that just based off about how the candles formulate. But as we pushed up and created this new high, we came back. We did not break the low. So we're still making bullish structure right up until this point. You pushed back up, whereas you came and retested the demand, and you did not create a new high. So for me, if I would have been watching AU live time and saw this price action setup right here come up, you got a low to the high, higher low, came up and didn't create a high, I'd probably be looking for shorts right up in here. I'd be looking for structure to start breaking on the 30-minute and 15-minute right up in here. And then as it breaks and retests, you got all those shorts back to the downside. So, yeah, if price action would have closed above, then yeah, I'm not looking for shorts no more. I'm waiting for it to retest again, not break the low, and then kick back to the top side. So just like over here, once it closed above, yeah, we're looking for buys all day, buys. I just didn't like where price action uh, created this price action move at the time when I was watching it this morning. I don't know. I wasn't 100% sure on it because I was expecting that deeper retracement like we were talking about earlier. I didn't want to get cooked. Looking at this on the 1 minute, it looks like it's still trying to roll over bullish, but at this point, we're struggling to now continue to break highs. So yeah, we're gonna need to see something
So if
significant.
that line you have there, if price goes below that, you're getting out.
Uh, Probably not.
Oh,
That'll probably be like one of the as we break above this, probably the first place I'll probably trail stops to
okay.
because we were the high, low, lower high, lower low. We came down, created a little support, broke above structure here, pulled back. So this is significant for me on the 1 minute time frame. To say I could potentially pull my trailing stops to there on this potential setup here. As price action continues to go higher, and then I just wouldn't enter on this trade. It'll just be done for.
So
So
I keep hearing not to like one minute support or zones aren't really significant because they don't
hell
really
no,
matter.
they don't matter. But if you're trading on the 1 minute, it matters.
Okay.
Because for me, like, okay, so this little blue line is not significant when I pull out to the 1 hour time frame. Even the way it looks, the way it presents on the chart, you barely can see that. It's an insignificant area right here. This blue line doesn't tell me anything on the 1 hour chart. It don't point out no key level looking left. It doesn't give me it kind of shows 50% of this wick where price action could retest to before going back bullish as far as closing out this whole wick right here. But outside of that, it doesn't show me anything. But when I come back to the 1 minute chart, this is my new support on the 1 minute chart. Price action pushed bullish, pulled back, pushed bullish, broke the high, retested, and still pushing bullish, trying to break the high. So this is ultimately my key area right here to let me know whether if price action was a pullback below, I didn't have to make a decision to say, do we want to stay in this trade or not? Our ultimate support level has been broken based off of this structure that we're currently trying to trade in. And now price action is going bearish where we thought we were going to continue to go bullish. So, I mean, it's a lot of, thought process. But yeah, 1 hour supports, like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't bet the whole house on this support area right here for price action to continue to go bullish because this could easily still come back down, wick me in, and still go bullish.
Mhm.
The support just failed and it didn't hold up. And I, getting into the trade, I'm already knowing I'm going into it knowing that these 1 hour levels getting into at the middle of the range. Because even still, this is the hourly range right here. These white lines, 41 pip range. You're right dead in the middle. You're not really the only
Like,
structure you retesting was the one you most recently broken way over here. But as far as current price action, you're not really retesting anything. The demand is somewhere way down here or way down here, and you won't be able to tell that until price action pulls back and continues or rejects it. I try not to make it so confusing, but when you get down to the smaller time frames, you definitely kind of got to dissect what you're looking at there. Like I said, going from the hourly to the 1 minute, I like to have that 15-minute level drawn so I know like where the middle of the range is. But in this case, because we just broke structure here, we came back and retested structure with this candle. I'm expecting it to continue to go bullish, but like I said, right now it really ain't showing that it want to go bullish.
yeah, it's hard for me to stay in trades. Once it starts going against me, I'm ready to hop out.
Oh yeah, I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing,
But then it ends
especially
up hitting TP. So
yeah, but that be the bad part about it. But it's always better to save money than lose money.
yeah,
And then eventually, what happens is you get to a point to where you recognize your trade setups and your concepts, they all line up for you, and you start to hold them shits. Yeah, I mean, when I first started, hell yeah, I get in and get out like in 5 seconds, and then take the opposite trade and get smacked, and then take the opposite trade of that and get smacked again, and then be mad and come back the next day and do the same thing over and over again. That's because I thought I knew what I was doing, but like what the hell? Yeah, it was not pretty in the beginning. There was a lot of losing. Some IML concepts and strategies and shit was getting me toe up. And it's like it wasn't. I don't. I guess back then it was just like unless you paid like five, six, $700 a month every month, or had people that followed you, or was joining your team, like the back office, I never did pay for the back extended package because I was like, I'm not giving these people all this money a month. You tripping? So I don't know how much they really were teaching in those type of classes, but the ones that they had on like the basic package, the beginner package, yeah,
Mm.
them boys wasn't no hell no, they wasn't breaking down shit. They was not identifying structure. They wasn't identifying liquidity zones. They wasn't identifying supply and demand. They might draw support here or there, but that was pretty much it. They just throw a chart up there, and when you come to it, they will have all this shit marked off and identified, and then they just expand the chart like this and just be talking. So, like, if you was a first time viewer, you'd be like, I don't understand what none of that shit means. None of that makes sense. I try to at least with my videos when I, start them up, kind of identify what the structures, what the, different color areas mean. And then even try to go back and forth as far as to blank the chart so you can just kind of see nakedly how it looks without all the drawing and stuff on it. So I don't know. I just when I went up in there, uh, I didn't get what I thought I was gonna get, and I was very, very, very frustrated. You, he's about fuckery. You can't. I'm gonna smack them TPs for me.
Now, do you feel like you're completely confident when you enter a trade? Like you don't care? You don't get the
Sometimes,
urge to hop out anymore?
hell yeah. Um, on Sunday, right here, like I said, yeah, right up in here, prime example. It was fucking with me because we what I didn't like was how it opened. When it opened, it just shot to the bottom. So usually that's just your low being created, and then what happens is it creates your high. So then the next thing you should be waiting for is the break of either one of those sides, the break of the Asian high and the break of the Asian low. Depending on what price action is doing, as we're looking left, that kind of gives you a kind of inclination on which side is going to break, the low or the high. Right here, because we're starting to close above 15-minute structure, I'm following higher highs and higher lows. So I was looking for a break of this high once we pulled back and then started breaking the high right over. Once we started breaking this high right here with these candles, I was looking for continuation and then higher lows and higher highs and higher lows all the way back into here, but it just chopped around right here. So I was in here, then it pulled back, and I wanted to get in and out. I had stops on the here, I trailed them to here, then I put them back, then I put them back up, and yeah, it was just all based off of how the candles were moving, and I still struggle with that sometimes, especially at the beginning of the week. As we get to Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, no, I don't have those jitters as much. But Sunday price action, it generally is kind of choppy when it opens up. Sometimes you get a immediate boost on the weekly open, but most of the time it's like this. And yeah, I had a bubble guts every Sunday, Monday combination type day. So yeah, it's one of those things you go through, but it's one of those things you also can eliminate because eventually what you just do is say, okay, I'm gonna start trading on Sunday opens and just wait till Monday, Tuesday because I can hit then. Whereas versus over here, I feel like it's kind of might be guessing. Right over here, you got some proof of where price is going. Right over here, you just, oh, let me get in, let me get in. So yeah, that might be one of the adjustments I make it stop fucking getting in on Sunday. But yeah, I would say the last Sunday I probably won was probably like in February or January. It's been that long since I won a trade on Sunday. I remember getting cooked over here. I was looking for shorts. All this got cooked over here, right over here. Was looking for buys. We came out, broke above the high as it pulled back. I had like buy limits right here and it got smoked to the downside. And then this week I was looking for buys and then ended up trailing the stops and got pop rock right over there. So yeah, I think I might peel back on Sundays. But yeah, this is just boring as hell now. I thought we was gonna have the gas because shit. February 28th, last month when this news popped off, market went stupid. Let me see. Oh yeah, right over here. Yeah, and this is on the hourly chart. February 28th by 8 o'clock. We went back bullish this way. You know what I'm saying? You had 80 pimp range created based off of that, the before the news, and then once the news hit, price action went nuts, and then this time we just got this little ass 1 hour candle, and then it just stopped. So I was looking for kind of like a bounce and go, but shouldn't start consolidating at this point. So, UJ, okay. Let's see. Based off of the 15-minute, I need price action to stay above this low. So if we can pull back and don't break this low, I would take those buys. Right, somewhere like right up in here. Yeah, I would probably jam the stops right there. Still a big ass stop loss, so 52 pips. I would immediately trail. The moment it started going back bullish, I would immediately trail the stops right there. But that would be the initial setup. And yeah, we're gonna see how they're gonna hit. It could stop right here as well. So, yeah. And then only other thing was UCAD is already going. Gold. I don't know. Gold kind of consolidating for me. High, low, lower, high, higher, low. Could be lower, high. I don't know. It ain't really moving.
Hmm.
Yeah. Action, man. Do something. This is the part that fucks with your nerves.
Yeah,
When
really,
you get
because
in, it just sit still and don't move. It don't take you out. It don't give you no profits. You just sitting there, just looking back and forth.
like we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I would be okay with it just leaking back down to here and taking that entry. I'd be okay with that. But this right here is frustrating because you get in, you get the jitters. Price ain't doing what you wanted to do. It's kind of
Hmm.
pulling back a little bit. You get out and then shoot up, and you're like, damn, I should stayed in. It's done, man. But yeah, I think I'm about to roll out because this ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna just keep sitting back and watching. I need to give me something to drink or something. Put the game on. But I think that's all I got for this one. This ain't doing nothing right now. Yeah, if I see any other thing, any other gas, you see this little setup though. Asian low breaking retest. Loop loop. I'll make down the scoop. You see what happened. But yeah, I think I'm about to roll on out. Once this one upload, I'll save it and drop it so you can catch the beginning of it. All right.
All
I'll
right.
catch up with you.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.